there, guys. My name is Miss Baker, and I teach art and design at Lafayette High School. I just wanted to take a few minutes to introduce myself before the school year actually started and answer some questions about what things are going to look like so that it's a little bit simpler when school gets started later this week. I'm going to share with you a couple of things about myself, and I hope to get to know you guys a lot better the first day of school and the subsequent days after that. And then I'm going to share a little bit about how to kind of navigate in my Canvas courses, what the class will look like, and kind of what to expect so that you don't feel too overwhelmed when everything kind of starts up at once. I know some of you are very well acquainted with Canvas already and you've used it before, but for the majority of the students at LHS, this is a whole new platform. And even though things are going to look similar, each teacher is going to do it a little bit differently, just like they would if we were on campus. So let's start with a really quick little slideshow. So again, I'm Miss Baker. Please don't troll me. I know I'm not photogenic, but I think it is really good for us to kind of see one another in some capacities that you could put a name with a face. So that's me on a good day. I'm originally from Trigg County, Kentucky, which is down there in red. So I'm not from Lexington, but I am from this state. I'm just from a small town, and I came up here to study at UK and then just stayed after graduating. I am not married. I don't have any kids, but I do have a couple of cats. These are my two cats. The one in the top middle is Willie, and the one in the bottom the bottom left is Patterson. They are both named after UK basketball players from the year that I got them. So Patterson is named after Patrick Patterson, who plays for the Clippers. And then Willie is named after Willie Cauley-Stein, who I actually had a class with while at UK, and he plays for the Mavericks now. Some random things about me, just to let you get to know me a little bit better. I do come from a very rural area on the lake and near a couple of state parks, and I love to hike, kayak, be outside. The picture over there on the right I just took a couple of weeks ago while in Berea. I'm really into sci-fi and science fiction stuff. If it's sci-fi related, I probably like it. I'm kind of nerdy in that capacity. My last name is Baker, and my family takes that very seriously, so we all bake bread. So it's just a random fact, but I typically bake all kinds of different types of bread, and my family has a lot of different recipes that they have a lot of pride in. And I do love art. I've been teaching art for a long time, and I've taught a lot of different types of art. But in my free time, most often I draw or I paint, or I draw and paint digitally. I also do take a lot of pictures constantly of a lot of different things. I originally went to school for graphic design. So I did my undergraduate studies in Nashville, Tennessee, and I worked for a little while as a graphic designer. Mostly I focus on illustration, like the illustrations you see on the screen that I did while I was working there. And then within a few months of graduating, actually, I started to realize that I really missed working with youth. I had always worked with youth programs in college, and I realized that I really wanted to go back and teach. So I came back for grad school here at UK, and this is now my 8th year of teaching. I think I mentioned at the beginning, I am teaching Art 1 and Digital Imaging this year. However, I've taught all kinds of art subjects over the years. I've taught everything from AP to drawing to painting to media arts, and I've had a handful of you in class before, but most of you I know are freshmen and new to the school. I'm also certified to teach other subjects, so I haven't always just taught art. I can also teach English, social studies, and work in school counseling. I'm in grad school now as well. Here at LHS, I do sponsor several different clubs. So if you have any interest, just let me know and I can give you more information or get you signed up for our different sort of like announcements and things. So regardless of what class you have with me, a beginning of the year project that we're going to do involves the Lafayette. Now, if you've never heard of the Lafayette before, the Lafayette is a bit of campus folklore. You can print one off on my website, or, and this is why I mention it, you can pick up one that's pre-printed. So this assignment is required. It's something that we'll be doing in most of my classes. And you can pick those up either at freshman orientation They're there for free. I'll have them printed, ready to go. You can just grab one. Or for everybody that would be in grades 10 through 12, we're going to have pickups outside LHS on September 2nd and 3rd from 4 to 7 p.m. All right, so for right now, here are a couple of things that I recommend that you do just to feel a little bit better and a little bit more prepared here at the beginning of the semester. Number one, I do have a website. It's linked right here. So visit my website. It'll tell you more about my individual classes if you have questions. If you're interested in my clubs, you can sign up for my clubs on my website as well. I do recommend that you sign up for our Class Remind 101 code. You just sign up and you'll get free text messages anytime that I need to give you an announcement or a reminder about a due date or a test. If you have any other questions about anything that I haven't gone over in this video, you can also email me. If you haven't set up your accounts with Canvas and Zoom yet, I would definitely take a minute. It does not take long at all, just a minute probably to do both together. And what you can do is you can go to the school website and find information there on both of those. Both of those you need to sign up with your school email. So this year it's imperative, it's very important that you don't use your personal email addresses because you won't be able to log into those things. You need to use your student email. And we'll look at my Canvas together. Like I mentioned to you guys at the beginning, everybody's moving to Canvas this year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to kind of navigate around my course. So that way you understand what's important, what you need to do, the order of things, and it feels a little bit less overwhelming as we get started. So on the Lafayette homepage, okay, you can always go under students and you can find links to just about everything you need. Your Office 365, your student email, Infinite Campus login, all kinds of other things. But right now, the really easy one-click thing to do is up here on the very top, right by the little home icon, is a little button that says NTI 2DL. If you click that, it's going to directly take you to Canvas where you can log in. Okay, now your dashboard will look a little bit different than mine, but this is my dashboard. And when you log in, you will have a dashboard that looks fairly similar. Okay, you will have your 8 classes listed on here as different little boxes. Okay, and you'll have to read and see which one is which. Just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to click on my art one. If you are watching this video, you're probably in one of these 2 class modules right here for me, either art 1 or digital imaging. But all you do is click on one from your home screen or from your dashboard, and it'll take you into that individual course. This is my welcome page for Art 1. One thing I want to note, even if you're not in my Art 1, if you're in digital imaging, it looks very similar. I set both of my websites up the exact same way. At the very top, when you first open my class, here is my link to my Zoom room. So beginning on Wednesday, when we first meet, and every time that we meet as a class after that, you will click this link right here, and it will take you to my specific Zoom room so that you can enter our class meeting for that day. Okay, so it's there, it's accessible, that's where to look for it. And it's always going to be there. I'm never going to take it down. But when you do first get into my Canvas course, take a look at this welcome page. There's a short list of some things that I recommend that you do first, like look at the syllabus. And the remind code is listed here again if you haven't signed up for that. And then it outlines that you should complete Module 1. So if you've never been in Canvas before, modules are the general layouts of everything that you see in your Canvas shell. So over on the left, you'll have some links, and I've got way more links than you do just because you're looking at my teacher view. So what I'm going to do really quick is let me put this in student view and let you see a little bit better what this course looks like from your perspective. Okay, so in here, what you'll do is you'll go to modules over on the left. Modules is more or less like our flowing calendar, or when we used the classroom last year, the Google Classroom, it was a lot like the stream. So at the very top, we have our very first week of school. And I always put the dates up here. Okay, so you know the dates and what week it is right now. We're hoping to only be home for the first 6 weeks. So there's only 6 weeks in the Canvas module at this point. Some of them are locked, so you can't access them until the date actually comes up. So like you can't work super far ahead. It's designed that way. You need to work and stay on pace with the class. So in the module is just a block section of rows. Okay, I have listed every individual day. So day 1, August 26th. Beneath that, you'll see all the things that we're going to do on day one. Okay, so there's like an announcement about when you can pick up art supplies. There's a link to our class meeting. And what I'll do is every class, at the very end, I always record our classes. I will post the video. So if you forget something, if something was kind of confusing, or if you had to miss class, you can always click that link and see what the video was from that class. There's a little welcome page where I'll talk a little bit more about things specific to this Art 1 course, although it looks very similar if you're in digital imaging. There'll be daily attendance that you'll fill out. So this semester, attendance does count. It's something we do have to clock in. Truancy will count this year as well, so we will have to take attendance every single day, just as if you were in person at school. Just like attendance counts, grades count this semester too. So just be aware that even though we're not in person, it should feel like any other school year beginning. We'll go over classroom expectations and our schedule and our calendar on the first day, and then you see day 2. And so anything below that is day 2. Okay, and I divided my modules up by different weeks. So you can see week 1, and right now you see how this is grayed out. These are later weeks. So we've got week 2 and then week 3. And so all of those things are kind of subsequent in our Canvas feed. You just kind of follow in order. Due dates are listed. Like for instance, one of the first things that you guys are going to do is you're just going to complete your attendance. Okay, your attendance might be a lot of different things. So this one is still locked until the day of actual attendance. But most of the time they're discussion questions, and you can just click in there and answer quickly, and it'll be submitted. Okay. But the most prominent thing for me to remember is just look at your modules, okay, and know that I've divided everything up by day. And if you get lost, or if you kind of want to look ahead and see what the schedule is going to be in general, on the classroom and on my website, I've included a schedule and calendar for the first 6 weeks. Again, some of these are different if you're in digital imaging, but here's our typical NTI daily schedule. Okay, and I'm sure most of you have seen this in various emails and other announcements from the school already. I just made one that was a little bit calmer, a little bit blue, kind of like faded color scale. And then here I have an outline of what we're going to do each and every day. Okay, so if you want to look at this pacing guide that's linked here on the left, it gives you kind of like a really brief overview of what we're going to talk about, what we're going to do. And then if something is due, it'll be listed over on the right. Attendance discussions might take you 30 seconds to a couple minutes at the most to complete. So they're not really a major assignment, and there's something you should complete probably before our video meeting ever ends. That's just a very quick overview of kind of what my Canvas shells look like, my Canvas classes look like. And we'll go over them a little bit more in class. Again, I wanted to kind of provide you some startup information about it so it doesn't feel super overwhelming. One other thing I do want to show you before we quit is my personal website that I've set up for my classes. So if you go to my website, if you click one of the links that I provided, it'll land on a homepage that looks like this. Typically, I put announcements up here in kind of like bright pinkish purple. The big one to be aware of right now is our art supply packet pickup days. So if you're in Art 1, we are going to give you a packet of art supplies like colored pencils, scissors, glue, things like that that you will need for the whole time that we are at home. And we'll go over that a lot more. But we want you to be aware of those pickup dates, which are September 2nd and September 3rd from 4 to 7. If you're in digital imaging, you should still come by and pick up a Lafayette for that assignment, but you don't have any other major supplies for right now. But on my website, I talk a little bit more about the classes. You can see examples of student work there. You can also click on the individual pages for my various classes. You can find out more specifically about Art 1, look at the syllabus. Photography, you can do the same things on that page. And then again, there are different links to my clubs. I also have a page that's just important links for the school. So links that may be helpful for you, like the Student Technology Help Desk, things like that. As the school year gets started, you'll kind of know where you can quickly go and click on those. And so that's just about it for right now. Just a quick rundown of how those things work. and we'll go over a whole lot more when classes start. Again, I'm Miss Baker. I look forward to having you guys in class, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch my video.